Hello YouTube. Yes, I am alive. I've been without a camera since my last video, which was a while ago, and recently got an iPhone for work. So I'm going to be back making videos, and there's a whole lot of projects to start up, so that'll be good. The Statesman, which was finished last time, is currently for sale. I just kind of don't use it, and need to get the space back because I don't have a massive garage. So it's for sale at the moment to whoever willing to sump up the money. We've still got the Austin. That's one of the first projects that's going to be taken care of. You'll notice this one's red. That yellow one, or the remnants of this brown colour, was just too rusty in the areas that I didn't like. This one's still very rusty. But a lot more cosmetic rust, so a few bits got cut out, and I bought this shell for essentially next to nothing. You'll see that she's pretty Flintstone styles. It was probably actually a good shell till it was chucked into a paddock, and typical rust we see back here. But over here is what can help me. So those are two new old stock rear quarters. We've got a new old stock bonnet, new old stock dog leg, a couple of doors, a few other bits and pieces. So this shouldn't be too difficult to repair, and especially if you notice, we actually got a bead roller, shrinker stretcher there. I've got a metal brake on order and saving up for an English wheel. So we should get that done. What's going to happen with it? Well, it's no longer going to be a Peter Brock replica, because I decided that was a little bit silly. So if you look down in here, that is a Toyota 4AGE red top block. It's a relatively good block. I will be rebuilding it, and with double weathers, which I think will be quite a nice addition and actually do this car really well. If you look around over here, this here is the front subframe out of a HC Vauxhall Viva, which I found at a wrecker's yard down in Invercargill, and this is going to be short to narrowed, both the rack and the cross member, and then put in here. This frame's going to be for I built this frame actually for the shell to sit on, so I can work on it and roll around the shed. So that is going to go in there. These, if you can call them chassis rails, are getting cut out, and I'll fabricate my own chassis rails to match that from the floor pan up and then down to where it mounts on the front bumper, out of 3x2 RHS, and brace it the same way. It's going to have really wide tyres on it, so there'll be completely new wheel wells, and it's actually kind of going to sit at this level. This is just with the springs taken out, and then you'll see the original chassis rails only ever went as far as the footwell. There, what it's gone. Very common of this sort of design, and continued into things like Tiranas and cars of that era. Continue our RHS all the way to the end. Roughly here is where the rear spring pickup is. I'm going to get rid of that. But this will be the lower mount for the triangulated forelink. And then that way I can just go up to the top for my other links, and of course for where the shock absorbers mount. That's at least my idea in my head. And then build an entirely new floor, probably to this level here, where it comes up for the seat, and cross braces for the seat bracing, yada yada yada. So it'll probably be a lot more rigid than what it originally was designed, which is kind of the whole idea, and should pass inspection, at least in my mind. I've still also got the certifier's manual on order as well. And this here, this is just a wee this is actually my son's Christmas present for this year. I'm building him a wee car. I'm going to build a dashboard and put a steering wheel and windscreen and that sort of thing, and paint it up, so that'll be quite cool. I'm actually going to do two projects at once. Oh, and rims for this, we're going 15x8 mini light, 15x7 mini light. That's the idea anyway. Under here is another project. This was too cheap to lead up. You'll see that it's a Sees 253 Holden. You'll see that I've actually currently got ATS sitting in that bore because that one's still unstuck. HQ vintage. Bores are standard with a very small lip on it. So I may be able to get away with a hone if I can, because it'll be a cheap rebuild. Heads and everything else are over there under the bench. So this will be the basis of another project, which I won't discuss at the moment, but you'll like that one. What else is going on? We take a look outside. I don't think I've shown a video of this. This is my Land Rover. 1971 Land Rover short wheelbase Series 2A. With the canvas top on it. I've actually had this for, geez, coming up over 12 months now. I bought it quite cheap, running. It was a guy's project. He did most of the hard work, which is nice for a change. Hang on a second. And that there is a Nissan ED33 3.3 litre diesel. I usually was found in a civilian bus or a Nissan Pajero, early Nissan Pajero maybe. So that's what it's been running since that was certified, I think 2001, and the guy had it, he drove it every day. I have changed it since I bought it. He was still running the original diff heads, which is a 4.7 to 1 ratio, which was terrible because it's a diesel and it's only got a 4-speed gearbox with 1-to-1 drive. It was just revving its tits off as you're heading down the road. So I swapped them to early Range Rover 3.3 to 1 and completely rebuilt both axles at the same time, which I'm really glad I did. So the rear one was just a simple swap over. Oh, and the diff heads that I bought, they got new bearings. It was just a swap over. The front, I redid all of the hub seals, you know, yada yada yada. These generally leak in there because they used to one with 40 weight oil, so they all got replaced. And what am I doing at the moment? Oh, the cooling system needs to be attended to, so I've done it with got a recovery bottle, but the wiring for this electric fan's a bit bloody silly, so I'm taking a look at that. But it's great. Drive it as often as I can. It's great for going to the tip or garden centre or picking up parts, or I think there's a new engine block under there or something like that. What else? Sandpit for my son that I built. Veggie garden's looking nice. Built a new bed for there. And yeah, that's more or less what's going on. So apologies I haven't been doing anything on YouTube for a long time. But that should change, especially when I get this out of the way and get the bay back, and some action actually starts happening on this thing. I've got to get it blasted and then talk to a certifier and think about my best way forward. But you know, still here, still enjoying the projects. So leave comments, leave any questions you want to see, and send me a check in the mail for that and you can have it. See ya.